Give me 3 minutes and I'll prove to you that yourself is an illusion. Okay, so imagine you asked me to take a picture of this camera that I'm recording with. How would I do that? I can point the camera at everything. Everything in the world I can point the camera at. But there's one thing that the camera can never record. And what is that thing? Itself. No matter what I do, no matter where I point it, the camera can never record itself. So this also means, by logical extension, if we invert the logic, that anything that passes in front of the camera, anything the camera records, is not the camera. Okay, so you take these two pieces of logic and you say the camera can never record itself, therefore anything the camera does record is not itself. And then we take that and we apply that to our own experience. Okay, so taking that to the senses, to your experience, means that anything that you observe in your experience cannot be you. It cannot be the self. What I see cannot be me. So it doesn't matter if we're talking about the body, feelings, mental formations, perceptions, volitions, or even consciousness. If we can observe it, especially if we can observe it changing, then that means it's not us. It's just a phenomena that we are witnessing arising and passing away. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Well, for one, it's really important to have a correct sort of compass in the world. And this is why when we act in a selfish way, we cause harm, because we're acting out of delusion. We're acting out of delusion that we have this thing we have to maintain called ourselves, and we'll go out into the world and we'll wreak havoc just trying to maintain a good story for that self that isn't there. We've never been able to observe it. And the more primary reason is that anything that we cling to, any belief that we cling to that isn't true, will cause suffering. Okay, so if we're walking around believing in this self that isn't there, that we can never observe, and everything is not self, then we're going to suffer because the world is never going to align to our belief. And that's just going to cause immense suffering. So this is the core delusion that the Buddha is having us work towards releasing, and it's quite difficult. So don't get discouraged if you're not there yet. I'm not there yet either. But just as an exercise, walking around, just observe that nothing you ever come into contact with, including this body, including your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings and your perceptions and your consciousness, just observe that they're not you. They're just observed. And then this can be liberating in that we can now recognize that nothing was ever our fault, because there's no self there to blame. It's just things that are happening. It doesn't mean we don't take responsibility. We have to take responsibility and ownership for our actions, but those actions never point back to a specific self. They're just actions that have consequences, and we take accountability of those consequences. So go out there on a self hunt, see if you can find it. Let me know what you find. And I'm happy you listened to this. Thank you for being here.